Chasing Purpose was designed to empower, uplift, and enlighten you on your journey in chasing your purpose.
Don't waste your time with thoughts of giving up.
Chasing Purpose.
Not too late for us to try. We can overcome.
Chasing Purpose. Candid conversations, nurturing faith, pursuing aspirations, setting intentions.
Together we rise, divided we fall.
Yeah.
Let Jah lead the way.
Chasing Purpose.
Cause God always a listen.
Chasing Purpose.
One day I have to win. That's why I'ma try again.
Chasing Purpose. Mondays, 7 p.m. on Arijam Radio, Arijam 360, or arijamradio.com. Hosted by Cynthia Shea.
Speak life, live a humble and meek life. Ordinary day of the week life. Try to search and seek life. Way up, keep your head up and stay up. Even when you're sore and pain up, never giving up till it's game up. Keep your aim up and focus. Don't concentrate on what's bogus. Never sell out for a bonus. Handle your biz like grown-ups. Own up, it's amazing. The wage of fire keeps blazing. That's why you're constantly praising. For some of them it's a face thing. So they're gazing on the street lights till them go catch up in street fights. Cause I'm pretending they're streetwise and put an end to a brief life. I feel like it's a mystery how we keep repeating our history, making the same mistakes as our ancestry. Seems like all of life lessons missed with. It's risky, so give praises. One day you may find your oasis. Rise up to the challenge you're faced with. Be your fool and creative. You'll make it. It's basics. People been doing it for ages. In many other cultures and places. On a regular basis. There's so many cases. Let's face it, man. Way too much time has been wasted, man. Building military bases, fighting a war with no basis. Life is sacred, and every baby born naked. Some are not one like them raised big, and don't care what they're making. They can't take it. So speak life, man. All this darkness not feel right, man.
We recently experienced an issue with downed wires in front of our office, and a concern was raised by a team member about our editing equipment. He advised us that we should be load shedding. Now picture me a deer in headlights when I heard this term. I'm a big believer in Google, so that's what I did. I typed in the phrase load shedding, and here is one of the meanings given. The deliberate shutdown of electric power in part or parts of a power distribution system, generally to prevent the failure of the entire system when the demand strains the capacity of the system. I must have read the definition 10 times and thought of the many times I needed to deliberately shut down or unplug my electrical power to prevent my system from failing. Not for mechanical or electrical reasons, but the term load shedding can be applied for our mental, physical, and emotional purposes. Reflecting. We can all recall scenarios, situations, or even persons we needed to load shed. After reading about this meeting, I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm about this load shedding life. But I wasn't always. For a while, I was in situationships where I was trying my hardest to be the loving, giving,
Welcome
caring,
to Chasing
thoughtful
Purpose,
person,
heard every Monday
the
at
problem
7 p.m.
solver, and
right here at
everything
our home
positive to
at
others.
Jam
But
Radio.
every time
On
I
our
would
app
leave
at
their
Jam
presence, I felt
360,
depleted,
as well as
drained. Like just go on the lie down.
We love
Do you
to
know
hear
that
your
feeling?
views and reviews.
I'm sure some of
Please
my
share them with
purposers
us
can
at
relate.
888-546-8742.
There is probably something or someone
That's
in your life that is doing the
888-546-8742.
same thing to you. Well,
You
for
can
me,
also
after
email
years
us
of
at
this same feeling,
chasingpurpose on
every striking time, a light bulb went off in my head.
connected with us
It was
via
time
our
for a
social media
change
platforms.
because I
On Facebook,
continuously
Chasing
felt my
Purpose,
energy shifting
and be sure to
negatively.
join our Facebook
Once
group
I identified the
entitled
shift
Purpose
happening, I decided
Soars.
to load
Follow us
shed.
over on Instagram at
The
Chasing
deliberate
Purpose
shutdown of
_ on
electric
purpose.
power in a
Be
part
sure
or parts
to follow,
of a power
like,
distribution
and
system,
share.
generally
Grab a pen,
to
grab your
prevent the
journals,
failure
grab a
of the
glass of
entire
water
system
as we
when the
dive
demand
into more
strains the
candid
capacity of
conversations.
the system. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, a space curated to fill you up with positive energies. Our conversation should leave you feeling uplifted, empowered, and enlightened as we exchange energies that will thrust us positively forward on our purpose journey. I'm your host, Cynthia Shea, and I'm honored to share space and time with you right here on our home of Ari Jam Radio. Tonight, I want us to identify whom or what we need to unplug our power supply from and understand that our only power source should come from above. Our candid conversations continue this evening with Ty Powell, the beautiful Mrs. Ty Powell, music consultant, author, film producer, and a motivational speaker. Hi, Ty. Welcome to Chasing Purpose.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. How are you today?
I am well. Thank you. Thank you for sharing space and time with us tonight. Now, have you ever had to perform load shedding in your life?
I do it all the time. I didn't realize that's what I was doing until recently. You know, it's better for my mental health, especially after everything that we went through last year. You know, you have to be real careful with what you allow in your space nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be there for people as much as you can, but you have to be there for yourself first. So, you know, I believe in putting my mask on first now.
Yes. You know what the funny thing is? You say that believe in putting your mask on first. You always I always took advantage or not really listening to when you're on a plane and the pilot says, put your mask on first, or the flight attendants rather, put your mask on first and then the others. I didn't understand what that was. And now that you kind of correlate it to this meaning, we've got to put our mask on first in order to save the next person.
Exactly. You can't help anyone else if you're not able to help yourself.
Okay. So if and it also we also can't pour from an empty cup. So if we're not filling ourselves and if we're not pouring into ourselves, how are we going to nurture anybody else?
It took me a long time to figure that out, but I am so grateful that I have figured it out.
Yes.
And that I have such great, loving, and supportive people around me who do the same.
Yeah.
So I'm in a much better space.
Yes, and that's so important that you talk about having persons around you, because having the right people around you is super important to this load shedding term. Super important to how we as people, especially in this pandemic, how we fare, how we are moving forward, how our energies are shifting, how we're exchanging, how we're staying positive. So that is so, so very important. Let me ask you, did you know about this term load shedding? What does it mean to you?
What it means to me is letting go of anything that does not serve you. And it's not that everything must be great, in service, but there's a lot of things or people that we carry around with us, just because it's comfortability. We're so used to having it. But, in order to receive blessings, right, you have to let go of a lot of things.
Yes.
So if your hands are full, you're not able to get the full amount of blessings that are coming to you.
So true.
So you have to learn to just let go of everything.
So true. Do you believe that we can transfer? Say again. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
I don't even know what I was going to say now. Go ahead.
Do you believe that we can transfer energies between ourselves?
I know for a fact that you can.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you can.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Again, these are things that I've learned within recent years, but we all know how it is when you're around someone and it's either good for you or it's bad for you, or you know that there are people who are always down and they come to you for your light, and you shed their light, your light on them, and once they leave, you've been drained, and now you have to reboot and restart your day, or just reconnect to your center. So yeah, I believe that.
And even more to that point, I think a lot of times we need to identify when we are carrying heavy loads, right? And we want to offload on others. We need to identify, one, if the person is the right person to offload on, because we could be offloading energies onto them that they can't even manage. So it's important that we identify.
It's definitely, there's different categories of people in my life, unfortunately, but you have to do that.
Yeah.
So there are some people where I'll call and I'll go, how you doing today? Can you handle what I have to say? I just need to vent real quick. Because even in venting, you're putting too much on people. You don't know what other people are going through, so there are people who call me and ask me the same thing. And if I'm not able to do it that day, I apologize. I pray that you feel better, but I can't handle me right now. So I definitely can't handle you.
Look, and that's okay. And we need to identify that is okay. If we can't handle it, we shouldn't feel guilty. I think a lot of us feel, for me, I feel guilty sometimes when I can't take on someone else's load, but I know I've just now realized within the past few years that I need to protect my space sometimes. And I mean, I'm a giver, I'm a nurturer by trade or by who I am, but I realized that recently that I can't take on any and everything. I can't have my peace disturbed.
And that's what it is for me. I'm Miss Fix It. Yes. If even when Scandal was out, everybody used to call me Olivia Pope. Like, they call me for everything. I'd figure it out. I'm like, we're going to work this out. Don't worry about it. Let me just think on it. Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not able to do it right now.
And how freeing is that?
I'm sorry?
How freeing is that?
It's much better.
Yeah.
I know that I live a life of service, and I'm grateful that I'm able to know what it is. But, man, to be able to just say not right now is a big thing, because, I grew up in a space where I longed for love. Right? So I didn't have family. So anytime somebody came to me, I felt like that was my way of showing love. And, I am very clear that God loves me and the universe is on my side. I'm very clear in my position now.
Yeah.
So with that, I know that if I'm unable to help you, it's not a bad thing. I'm actually doing a good thing for both of us.
Yeah.
Because in you trying to come to me for help, if I'm not able to guide you, then I'm messing both of us up.
Yeah.
So let me get my thing right, and then we can talk later.
Yes.
And if we can't talk later, that's okay too,
That's
because
fine.
I am attempting to teach you the tools to do what I do.
I love it. I love it. Why do you think some people are energy drainers versus energy sources?
Um, I think part of it is um, how we grow up. I believe that at one point I'm certain I was an energy drainer. I know it. Like, with all the things going on in my life, I am certain that when I was around people, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great feeling, right? So it takes work, no matter what it is in your life that you want to do. Good,
Absolutely.
bad, indifferent. Because I tell people, even in the bad stuff, it takes work to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
It takes work to be the good guy. No matter what it is that you do, it takes work. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. You have to want to do better. You have to want better for yourself.
You have to want better for yourself. That is so important. Do you think mindset plays a part in whether you are positive or a negative energy source?
It sure does.
Yeah.
It sure does. Again, I know I used to be negative Nancy. Me, I promise you, I used to be negative Nancy. But yeah, no, like, once you know that you live in purpose, and you know that you're able to accomplish anything. I strongly believe that. I would strongly believe that anything it is you want to do, you can do.
Absolutely.
Because again, everything takes work. So since you're going to work anyway, right? Why not work to do the things that you love and do the things that you desire? Once you start doing things that make you happy, when you working on being a positive energy source, it just creates a better surrounding for yourself and others.
Yeah. You talk about being a negative Nancy, but when now on the flip side of things, you're positive. So tell me where did the shift happen? Was there an instance or a situation?
It was more than one thing. I've always wanted better, right? I've always believed that there was better. So no matter how bad things were in my life, if I can see it, if I can visualize it or feel it, then I know that it's meant for more, right? So I just started believing, and then I got into spirituality, and I just started learning more about myself and about the people around me, and I changed my environment. I'm one of those people who I will not listen to certain music. I will not watch certain films. I just won't do it. No matter how much somebody tell me, "Oh, it's just a film," no, thank you, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to see it. And it's not to say that, bad things aren't going to happen, but I'm not just going to allow anything in. So when it comes to the news and everything it is that I need to hear, I will, just to know, be updated. But just to go around watching morbid movies and think, no, thank you.
That's important. That it's a great point. We have to be mindful of what we're feeding ourselves. Not just feeding ourselves as far as food, but feeding ourselves mentally, feeding ourselves spiritually, feeding ourselves emotionally. Those things we need to make sure that are positive fillers, that we're nurturing ourselves with positive things. The intake of the news, the intake of all the noise around us, we have got to block out. Now, Ty, there is such power in saying no. And some of us haven't mastered the art just yet. Why do you think at times we struggle with doing so?
Because we feel so bad. We want to be helpful to our people. And, we're so used to saying yes and being the savior, right? But in being the savior to others, we're not saving ourselves. So the beauty of no is it's a one word sentence. You don't have to explain anything, no nothing. It's the only word I know that is a whole sentence. So yeah, no has to happen every now and then.
And it's okay. Is setting boundaries important when no shedding?
Definitely. Definitely. I promise you, this week alone, I have already told somebody 3 times, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And what I mean by that is, let's watch this movie. No, I don't want to watch that movie. Or listen to this artist. No, thank you. They don't say anything it is that I need to hear.
Yeah.
It's nothing for the culture for me.
Yeah.
I'm good on it.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
it
don't want
feels,
to go in. I don't want to go in the wrong spaces.
yeah.
There's no reason. Yeah. Mm-mm.
I don't think people understand how important it is. The power in that word no. The power in protecting your peace, protecting your space, protecting your sanity. That word, that simple word no, that at times, as you said, it would make me feel bad when I said no or couldn't help somebody. But now I've identified that in me saying no, I'm protecting my space.
Right, because what happens is you say yes, and then you start feeling worse.
Yeah.
So in making certain that someone else feels better, you're making yourself feel worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, you have to protect you. It's not that you don't want to help them, but you have to protect you.
Yeah, you have to protect you first. Again, arming yourself with that mask first. That's what that is. Now, what do you think setting intentions look like specifically to load shedding or setting boundaries?
Again, it's for me. Um, the, I set my intentions with what it is that I know I'm going to listen to, or just the space that I'm going to be in. You have to be mindful of all areas of life, even if you are at work and it's a different space for you. You take on a lot when you have a lot of energies around you, but you have to be intentional about it. You have to be at peace within yourself. So whatever it is that you need to do, if you need to speak to Buddha, Allah, God, the universe, whoever you need to speak to, as long as you know there's a higher power and you're connected with that power, you have to make sure that you stay centered. If you stay centered, it'll help you get through the day. I'm not going to say there's going to be a perfect day, but if you know what your intentions are, if you know that your goal is to be peaceful and bring peace to others, then you have to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Who you have in your ear determines the fruit you bear. Explain what that means to you.
That means watch who you speak to, watch what you listen to, watch what you watch, meaning on TV, films. So there are certain people I am not a texter. I do not like texting. I prefer phone calls because, again, I like to feel people's energy. But I know there are certain people that I cannot and will not speak to. I promise you there are people that I just won't. And it seems mean to them, but they don't understand what it is that they do to my energy.
Yeah.
So because I believe and live in a certain life now, I will not speak to them. I wish them well, but we do not serve each other's purpose right now.
Right.
So there are certain people I will not speak to on the phone. There's certain artists that I will not listen to. I'm sure they're great artists,
Yeah.
but their content isn't good for me,
Yeah.
so I can't do it.
Yeah.
I will not work on certain projects, and I have had to let a few people go recently. Everything can't all be bad.
No.
I am aware of what's happening in the world,
Yeah.
but you're still here. So if it's not happening to you and it's not happening to your immediate people and you can't get out of it, I understand, but I'm not the person for you. That's why they have therapists. And it sounds like I'm being mean, but everybody serves a purpose.
Yeah.
So, no.
No, and no, I don't think at all that you're being mean. I think it's important that we identify when people are energy drainers. It is important that we identify when things just do not serve us and do not serve our purpose. It is important for us to identify when we do not belong in a situation, when energies do not align with who we are. There's so much people, me included, back in the day, that would put myself in situations, and now that I look back at it, I'm like, why was I there? It served me no purpose. It actually did me damage, to be totally honest. So now to be able to be freed of this need to always say yes, this need to always help everybody out. I can't even tell you how lighter I feel. I feel more at peace with who I am.
And I bet you get the same thing that I'm getting because all I hear nowadays is you're glowing. I
Hello?
see your glow
Okay.
from here.
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you wonder why I'm glowing. I'm glowing because I'm minding my business. I'm chilling in the mind of a business. I'm staying in my lane. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Part of this is staying in your lane,
Yeah.
right? So you got to know that that's not for you. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
stay right here in this lane, and when
Yeah.
I stay in this lane, it seems to work just fine. I promise.
Yep. Ty, are you chasing your purpose or have you found your purpose?
Um, I believe that I am. I believe I found my purpose. However, sometimes we have more than one,
Yes.
right? So um, I've found part of my purpose on life. I believe that I was supposed to be a mother, a friend, and different things. But I get to do what I love. So whether it's my CMOS company, that's how I help others
Mm-hmm.
all the time. I have a CMOS company. So when people call and ask certain things, people have a tendency to call and ask, what do I take for this? What do I do for this? So, you know, on that aspect, I help, but I get to write my books and my shows the way that I want to, and I get to help the artists that I want to help. I no longer have to do it because I think it's a dollar. Not acting like I have the money, but I believe that if you work with people you love and do what you love, it's all in God's timing. So yeah, I believe that I'm
You
walking in
found
my
that
purpose.
purpose. That's awesome.
And I get to help the kids.
Yeah.
The fact that the kids still call me.
I
So.
love that. I love that. I love that. Do you believe that the seeds we need to attain our purpose are already gifted to us?
Yes. Yes. Now, sometimes you would like to add things, but for the most part, the seeds, yep. All this, everything it is. They say it in the Bible. He's already given you everything it is that you need.
Yes. Yep.
So yes, I believe that.
Yeah, so important. And the sooner that we identify that, the better off we will be. What is one quote that you live by?
I live by a few. But for today, I'm gonna say, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready.
All right, now, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready.
You have to. You don't have to get so prepared if you already know what it is that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
it's a part of your purpose.
And you already have it. How do you tune out negative energy?
I tune out negative energy by not engaging. If it's something that I believe is not going to be right for me, I don't do it. It's not a part of my purpose. It's not a part of what it is that I'm doing.
So we all have a compass of who, what, when, where. I believe one of the biggest parts of those is our why. Let me ask you, what is your why?
My why is because I'm here. It's my son. So I grew up without parents. So because I've already broken the curse and I'm here for my children, I believe that that's my why. My why is because I'm here. And as long as I'm here, I'm supposed to do all the things that the Creator tells me to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and because you're here, we are better for that. The world is better for that. Ty, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You said you grew up without parents. How did that shape your narrative for raising your children?
It's not how did it did. It just shaped everything. Because I grew up in the system, I never wanted my children to go through what it is that I went through. So like everyone else, I try to overcompensate for some things, but I just wanted to show him a different life.
Yeah.
And I am blessed to say that although there were hard times, he grew up well. He's all right. I'm proud of him. He makes me proud. He's grown right now. He makes me proud.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so we've come to one of my favorite parts of the show where we have our epic intention cards. Now, these cards are about setting intentions, right? They were gifted to us by Stacey Hines, who was the creator. Can you see the cards?
I see the cards. I just can't read the cards.
Okay. No. I'm going to read for you. I'm going to actually shuffle the deck. I'm going to cut the deck, actually. and pretend that I can shuffle. I'm not a poker player by any means or any stretch, as you can tell. All right, here we go. Shuffled deck. Do you want me to pull from the bottom or the top? Or the middle?
Whatever fits you. I would go with the middle, but I'm going to go with whatever you say.
All right, I'll pull from the middle. This is me pulling from the middle. Ooh, all right. This is what it says. It says, I am loving kindness. May I truly be happy. May I live in peace. May I live in love. May I know the power of forgiveness. May I live in recognition that my life has deep meaning and good purpose. I think that suits you.
Love it.
Yeah, that suits you.
I thank you. I love it. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so.
Yeah, this aligns with your energy. What I'm picking up from you, this aligns with your energy.
Thank you. I wanted to say that I feel like it's really me. It's part of I write intentions in the morning.
Oh, do
so
you?
it's part of so it's part of what I wrote this morning. So
that's a great alignment. I tell you, these cards are simply brilliant. Ty, where can our audience find you?
So I excuse me, I have 2 different Instagrams. For my personal, it's MSTYPOWELL. That's at Miss Ty Powell on Instagram. I also have For the Love of Music with the Q. It's where you can find out information about my book, my short film, and the show that I'm about to do. I'm sorry, and then there's one more. At Trees of the Sea. It's my CMOS company. I have a flavored CMOS company with my partner. So I have 3 Instagrams. They can find me on Instagram.
Yes, a whole entrepreneur. We are here for it. Ty, thank you for sharing your insight and sharing time and space with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
The deliberate shutdown of electric power in a part or parts of a power distribution system, generally to prevent the failure of the entire system when the demand strains the capacity of the system. We all need to load shed from time to time. There is growth in letting go of what depletes in order to embrace what allows us to shine. I leave you with this timely message. Energy is contagious. Positive and negative alike. I will always be mindful of who and what I am allowing in my space. God bless you and good night.
Hear that? Them think it's a joke. Sister, talk to them now. It's real.
Never define.
Do you have any doubt? This is what we're talking about. Nothing.
Under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure, if your porch up and take away now, reach it in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. I hurt your heart, you know, but do not make it stress you, cause it I feel be better, not feel living at the ghetto, feel be under the pressure, my friend.
And we born in the struggle, isolated in our bubble. One half for the rich, yet another for the poor. God bless and please help us, we can't take no more. We're feeling the pressure, we are down to the core. Oh, money for they and when them send it offshore. And every nation come here get rich and we stay poor. Them show you $20, we go through the back door. Tell them, so we can't take no more.
Under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure, if your porch up and take away now. We cheat in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. I hurt your heart, you know, but do not make it stress you, cause it I feel be better, not feel living at the ghetto, feel be under the pressure, my friend.
It's real.
Lord have mercy, this can't get no worse. I feel call it a curse, so me heart it a hurt me. Call it thirsty because from me birth to the first me, I feel like the father desert me. But all when the pressure erupt, me never give up. No, me never give in. And me I send up a prayer for the better living. I can't ball, so I better me sing. And so under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure, if your porch up and take away now, reach it in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. I hurt your heart, you know, but do not make it stress you, cause it I feel be better, not feel living at the ghetto, feel be under the pressure, my friend. It's serious. A lot of times I find it serious. Life is a little mysterious. Some we put and we can't even steer it up. Oh no, I can't wait for morning come. Oh gosh, the night too long. Oh gosh, the fight too long. I can't wait to see the sun. Under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure. If your porch up and take away now, we cheat in a second cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel you cry down, hurt your heart, you know, but do not make it stress you cause it I feel be better, not feel living at the ghetto, feel be under the pressure, my friend.
Yes, the pressure is real and the whole world I feel yet we not give up. Overflowing up with cup and the system corrupt. Look how hard summer work and it's still not enough. Oh no, lock down the world, no nobody now walk. I no food out in the house while the bills pile up. When you listen politician, you say wait a second. Do they feel the same as you and I do?
Under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure. If your porch up and take away now, we cheat in a second cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. Hurt your heart, you know, but do not make it stress you cause it I feel be better, not feel living at the ghetto, feel be under the pressure, my friend.
In life, in life, like royalty. Hey, if I ever make it in a life, I gon' be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, I gon' be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. Me used to sleep on Stagger Coach. Me used to sleep on Corey Coach. Them and they never left me out. Me used to live at Eddie House. Me never keep me own a key, she keep my used to let me out. Me bring him with me, go LA. It's like a him get nominated, watch the Grammy side of me. Cause how much people can you say would feed you when you're hungry, when you broke them bless you with money. But I have been so fortunate, surrounded by so many people, make sure say me compensating. And them the thing me can't forget. Your daughter and my daughter wants me living, she no happy fret. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Like royalty. Hey.
Man, I set it like 3 card. Remember when me get me first under a card. Cartel say Clarke upper than it did record. Shell the world me first, it record. Call me blessed, them reaping the reward. Make me first meal, I remember when me used to starve. Pull up Irish town Benz in a garage. Pops color protege, them cannot sabotage. Like a iPhone 11 summer charge. Buff my ganja in front the Sarge. Right now them surprise, oh man I live. So me gain the blessing, yo I so me give.
Hey, if I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like, hey, I me say so me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. Mommy put her money where your mouth there. Empty bank account support me talent, oh yeah. Everything me have you get it I'm 1,000. On me feel repay the amount of money won't spend. Now we must see grumpy see me in a torment. People call me gruff like up in me apartment. Remember me they tell you there would be a moment when the work we put in would have pay off so set. Now you see the family top of the mountain. People all the streams and turn them in a fountain. Now get salary man just a do them own things. So any town and any city understand you coming with me. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, I go be living like royalty. So me happy set the thing right, like royalty, royalty. Hey.
Stay winning. I brought up. You know money, land, asset. Jesse Royal.
The problem is not when you're falling. The problem is when you fall and fail to rise. Because some of the most successful people on earth have a story. And when you hear some people's story, if you do hear some of them story, you would have more accept and appreciate them glory. Real.
We smile, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. I said we will rise again. We cry, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. And this time wiser than them.
Anyway you see me is a educational class. Let the future be the focus, but don't forget the past. Cause if you know not where you're coming from, that means that you're lost. Only the truth can set I free, so that I won't bypass. Step on a mission like soldier, battlefield warrior, surely. Step in it, act like I ain't a Mosey. From you do the right thing, you must get the glory. Listen to me story.
I know every day I harvest. Me say me been through the hardest. Among some people we're heartless, but man I hold it regardless. Me know me life still buffering, but man I hold it through the suffering. Me really hold it through the suffering. Me never think about we run, we're gonna foreign. We smile, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. I said we will rise again. We cry, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. And this time wiser than them.
I said no man at all should not face poverty, but we have a lot of faith and no strategy. Some are wait for divine intervention. White collar criminal a play with like monopoly. Who feels it knows, who knows it feels. The ones who can do better at to them me. Some you start off like still until the men up a steal you better. Teach them to cook instead I give them the
I know every day I harvest. Me say me been through the hardest. Among some people we're heartless, but man I hold it regardless. Me know me life still buffering, but man I hold it through the suffering. Me really hold it through the suffering. Me never think about we run, we're gonna foreign. We smile, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. I said we will rise again. We cry, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. And this time wiser than them. We cry, we ball, we rise, we fall, we will rise again. I said we will rise again. We cry, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. And this time wiser than them. I said we cry, we ball, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. 9-10, we'll rise again. We cry, we ball, we rise, we fall. I said we will rise again. And this time wiser than them. I said this time wiser than. I said this time wiser than. Rastafari, hey DJ Whistle. Oh, 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 oh. We will rise again. We will rise again. We will rise again. We will rise.
Hey, watch ya now. Hey, see ya now. Hey, good ya now. Yo, Yeah, we put your first and second and third. Watch your blessings come forth, blessings come forth. Yo, it is a miracle to make your thing shot and not end up a gun court, end up a gun court. Growing up on the banks of the hope. Never give up and we never lose hope. And we never sell out and never sell dope. No ironically, everything what we say, it says dope. Listen, it never break with spirit growing up broke. Roll out smelling like carbolic soap. Yes, I regular we run boat just to stay afloat. And we run joke just to cope. Yeah, I know social mobility, limited scope. But mama make we know so time longer than rope. We no frightened for nothing cause we used to go without. From food stamp and no stamp fill up a passport. Yeah, watch juvenile no put no gun in your transport. Fi collect no banknote, know that at the wrong spot. Hey, everybody want a bus like public transport. But all the food, everything curry like gold. Put your first and second and third. Watch your blessings come forth, blessings come forth. Yo, it is a miracle to make your thing shot and not end up a gun court, end up a gun court. Growing up on the banks of the hope. Never give up and we never lose hope. And we never sell out and never sell dope. No ironically, everything what we say, it says dope. Listen. All roads up road to back road. Have to make a mark like the chalk on the blackboard.